and I'm the one for it. But if somebody would have told me a month ago that I'd be in a place called Willowbrook, Illinois, then I probably wouldn't have been able to be the stomach heroin for. And that means I was God chosen for separating, and nobody else told me I was there. But when it came to shit, it wasn't something that I thought was significant enough to mention. But every time I look back and I seen Shalawajo, she ain't tell me one time that I was the one chosen for the gift. Because any way you look at it, she ain't tell me I was in it. But she looked back and told me I was in it and I was in it. But every time I look back and I seen the in it and again it, I ask God forgiveness for the Mac and for the trennies and the pennies. Because I ain't tell him nothing the whole time. Except whatever did it, and is it. And that's all I seen the whole time with the clothesline. But I asked God forgiveness for nothing, and I looked back left, right, sideways, cater court, and every other way for the simple fact. If sex was forbidden in the Garden of Eden, then nobody would have said it, except the one who did it. And the person that did it was not the one who said it in his time. In his time, and that real life hap CEOs. And so that goes to show that sometimes shit stinks, and it goes so happen. But if I'm somebody that was in the earth, and nobody told me I was here, then that's probably why I was. And I never did tell him one time that I was the one trying to cuz, like trying to gloves. And so if I wasn't doing it, then somebody was. So I asked her every day, I said, why? Why do you think I'm the one here chosen if you're not the one playing games with the king? And she told me, you were never a possibility in an answer squadron, Raj. Yeah, like robotics or something. She told me that naturally, while she's in human skin and flesh. She said, you were not the one chosen for the camera, Raj, JJ, and I'm the one here on the countdown. But what she did not explain is what she did not care to listen, because she didn't hear the fact that she had already made a terrible decision when she was younger. And so every time I went and I looked and I couldn't stay, I asked her for help, hope, and Aries. But she never said one time that she was there at that time in a place called Oaken and Paris, and Oaken Aries. Because if I had known, I would have told her she can't go. But if I don't know, then I tell her she can go from what I could see. And if I could see something and nobody else could tell me, then that means I was under a delusion of great Seattle Red J. And it means that God helped people on the answer solemn, but he don't always answer at the time they need. And so every time I ask God forgiveness, I always think down on my knees, why? And I look around and it was nothing there wiser for me. So I said, God, please help me be Pentegras Seatelozes. And I realized nothing ever happened the whole time. I didn't know why nothing ever happened. And over time, it was revealed to me that you are the one here for it. Meaning not myself, but whoever listening. Because if you're able to hear this, that means you were blessed from the beginning of days in a challenger. But those people who are what they would consider themselves ingested, then they did something against their will and nature that was chosen before them. Just like myself being holy, righteous, tacones, when I tried to live righteous and godly on God's, it was something that was inherent done, right? These people was in the same position, but they never said that they was against it or for it, because they can't. Because to be in a position like that means you gave yourself to the gate. You gave yourself completely to somebody else and nobody cared for the name. And when that happens, that means you are totally committed to whatever thing that was, no matter what or whatever say. But if you don't give yourself to that person, place, or thing, then you no longer the person chosen for the buzz or the gate. And that's just the way it's thing or way it's true.